Well, I'm going to be honest. I never read that book. Ahab, don't know who that is.
Captain Ahab?
Went to rehab, don't know what Ahab is, though. I'll tell you that.
I want it to be an
like,
immediate
I'm not gay,
response.
I just like to bring pleasure to men.
I'm codependent. I'm gay dependent.
It's a really good friend. Do you guys understand when California is on fire, it's...
What are you, talking to the camera now?
Yes, I always do. You didn't see me doing this the whole time?
It was subtle, but that was like a full turn to
Guys,
your
do you know that when California is on fire... Shut the fuck up.
This is a telethon?
Shut the fuck up. I'm trying to evolve. Hi guys, welcome to Anniewood, the Green Lab edition. We are at our new studio while Todd is away. We have a lot of fun things to play with, so I'm excited to see where this goes. This is episode 136. We have the wonderful Greg Fitzsimmons, who also does his podcast here on the show. And you can see, I don't know if we're going to be doing the Patreon this month, but I will be doing some lives on there. So if you want to join patreon.com/Annie Lederman. You can see me messing around on there. I don't know if we're going to be doing the extended unedited versions, but to BD. And I am, as you know, a stand-up comedian and I love performing and I can't wait to see you guys on the road. I have so much fun making you laugh and I love the meet and greets afterwards. So come check me out. My next show is at the Comedy Store. I have an Anniewood and Friends July 10th. And then you can catch me in Phoenix, Arizona, August 7th through 9th, Tucson, Arizona, August 10th, August 23rd, I'm in Bakersfield, California for one night. And then September 25th through 27th, I'm in Calgary. October 17th and 18th, Point Pleasant, New Jersey. November 14th and 16th, New Orleans. I'm also going to be in Fort Worth, Texas, and Dallas. And I have a show in Seattle. I don't know why it's not up, but I don't know when it is, but I think it's pretty soon. So check annieletterman.com/shows to come see me. All right, enjoy the episode.
Welcome to Anniewood.
All right, guys, welcome to Anniewood, episode 136. Where's my camera? This one? This thing?
Yes. They're all your camera.
I didn't even know if that was a camera because it's so high tech.
Yeah.
This is the first episode where we're Toddless. I have Greg Fitzsimmons here. We're at Paul's beautiful studio.
Green Lab Studios. And we're gonna make some weird, crazy stuff. Yeah.
This might not be the weird episode, but it might be.
This is going to ease people into it. You don't want to hit them with too much too fast.
It's too new. And I was just saying to Greg, I realized so Todd and I have been doing this podcast. I started it as me inspiration. It was my friend Anthony who had approached me and was like, I'll just do it for free. We'll figure it out together. And we were doing that. And he's the one that put my boobs online. I don't know if you remember that.
I remember that.
He forgot
Was he into you?
I don't know. Maybe.
Okay.
But
because that's a little weird that he put your boobs online.
Well, I mean, I was flashing. What I was doing was weird.
Yes.
I was flashing him. I was going, does it count as a Me Too if...
Well, you're half flashing today with that shirt.
Sometimes I dress so, I'm like, why am I just so scandalous around
my... It's a little peak.
You're my most, stably married friend. That's
25
right.
years.
Ladies, back off.
25 years. But here's the key. Everybody says, what's the secret to being married this long? And I say, get a job while you're away half the time. We've really been married 12 years.
I know, but the guys that do that aren't you are just cheating on their wives the whole time.
That's not true. No, there's a lot
not
of...
Not all of them. You're right. Not all of them.
No, you got your Tom Papas and your Bill Burrs and... that's
He's
it.
Those two people.
No, Jim Gaffigan. But she won't let him. She's with him all the time. So we don't even know what he would do with those. If he was just on his own Hot Pocket tour. My wife comes to San Francisco, Hawaii.
Yeah, she comes to cool ones. Todd didn't come to me with San Francisco. I felt so betrayed.
No, you want to be a couple in San Francisco.
When you're walking alone around San Francisco, they're just throwing fish by you. Like, what is going on?
Throwing fish?
Or whatever. Is that Seattle?
If they're throwing fish in San Francisco, it's not a fish.
I know. And then he's back here getting fish thrown at him. Hopefully not any tuna. But it's a vagina joke.
Right.
But but so then we were doing it. So then pandemic happened. Todd took over the podcast.
Yeah.
And we've just been doing it. We had a studio for a second, then here. And Todd, what we realized since Todd left, Todd does not know what he's doing at all. We have learned nothing. We are barely figuring this out.
Wait a minute, this is how many years with him?
Years, 5 years.
And he still doesn't?
We don't know any, he knows enough. He's an editor. He doesn't know how to do.
Right.
any of the technical stuff. And then, so, we're getting these DMs from people, these emails, your RSS feed is broken.
Yeah.
Todd's on location.
Oh,
and he's on this island, and there's lightning strikes, and there's rain, and the power's going out.
So what does that have to do with your podcast?
I'm telling you. So then I'm messaging him. I'm going, what's the RSS feed? And he's like cutting in and out. And he's like, finally, he's like, I don't know. And I'm like, yes, okay. So we have no clue what we're doing.
Shit.
So that's what I'm going to just let everyone know. I don't know if everybody probably realized that. We don't know what we're doing.
I feel like over the next month, I'm going to need to take care of you a little bit. I think we're all going to pitch in. Me, Tim Dillon.
Josh Potter called a bunch.
Okay.
Josh Potter called me at 4 a.m. because Josh will have a late night, and then he's like, maybe she's up spinning. So he'll like text me like, are you up spinning? I wasn't. I do think that, but I also think that I'm showing up a lot for myself already.
Good for you.
Yeah.
Nice.
I've been taking it. It's been good. Good time. It's me and Randy, my little puppy. And I've been...
You've been getting in the sun. It looks like you got a nice tan going.
Oh, yeah. I went to the beach. No, I had to get a spray tan in solidarity with Trump. I wanted people to know I'm on his side. And no, I was laughing because Greg's like, make sure, because of the green screen, is make sure you don't wear green or orange. I wanted to be like, well,
yeah,
my bad. Oops.
Yeah, I think that's like wearing a MAGA hat, spray tanning yourself orange.
This one's pretty good. I could do like a comb over too.
Yeah.
Well, I just support, I'm a big war girl.
Yeah. Well, I've wanted to bomb another country for a long time. And I don't know anything about any of the countries in the Middle East, but Iran sounds like somebody that we didn't like. So, let's get them. Let's get them.
Let's get rid of them.
Yeah.
Why not? I don't even know. Do we know any Iranian people?
Yes. My friend, Maz Jabrani.
Oh, is Maz? Okay.
Yeah, he's Iranian.
I love Maz.
And then the other guy, that guy who works at the Laugh Factory a lot.
Amir?
Not Amir K. No, there's another.
What if it was a different Amir? Is there another Amir? Why are we calling him Amir K?
Is there another Amir? I don't know. Is there another John in the United States?
But I just mean like with an initial. Like, why is he Amir K?
Oh, Amir K. Maybe it's a long name.
I do. It's got to be. You're right. It's probably
could be like one of those cab driver. You take a cab in New York City and they get the driver's name up there,
and they have to go. They go below. It's like goes.
it's two lines. There's only two vowels.
I love Amir K. Amir K. and I had this bonding moment years ago about how we had really decided to be positive people.
Yeah.
And we would just pump each other up, and then every once in a while, one of us would be in like the worst mood and just be trashing, and but it was good. He'd be able to like pull me back up.
Our first interaction was not good.
You and Amir?
Yeah.
What happened?
I was at the Laugh Factory, and I had another spot. I had to get on. It was already running late, and I was going to miss my next spot. And Amir was on, and he got the light, and he kept going, and he kept going, and he kept going, and they gave him the light, and he just kept going.
You were like, Amir, K? Okay.
How about, instead of Amir, how about Amir, goodbye? And so I started flashing the light.
Oh, you're funny at the Laugh Factory. You're kind of bold at the Laugh Factory.
Yeah.
I like that.
So I'm flashing, and I don't know. I don't really know him that well at all. And so he's like, what the fuck? And then he gets off, and he's yelling at me, and I'm yelling. We're nose to nose. This. It was hardcore. And the host is on stage going like, hey, what's going? Is everything all right? The whole crowd is looking at us. We're in that little hallway area. And then it kind of, whatever. I said, look, man, now I missed my spot for the next show. So I went on stage, and I love going on stage like that. I'm just mad, and it's already flowing. And so I got off, and then I saw him at the store maybe a week later, and we both just kind of looked at each other and laughed. We were both like, sorry, man. It was a little out of hold.
Do you think all people...
And now I really like him.
Do you think
he gave me a fish?
Yes. He'll go fishing, and he'll just hand you a fish.
Really good. It was like a yellowtail, and he goes, just eat it raw. He goes, just throw a little bit of teriyaki sauce on there. And
what if that was him just killing you? He's been holding this grudge. He's like, yeah, have it raw. Don't cook it. Now, do you think all people just have like rage inside them?
No.
Or do you think a lot of comics do?
No, I mean, I think comics are all different kinds of people. Like, I don't think that, I think people that express themselves fit in better in New York than they do in LA. Like, I find my temper does not go over well here.
Yeah.
Like, people just, like in New York, you yell at somebody and then you see them again and you laugh and you get over it and you bust balls and you hurt feelings and you go too far and then you laugh and apologize. And yet here it's like people just get wounded and then they gossip and they, you know, it's very hard to be direct here.
It is very annoying.
Yeah.
I'm always in trouble here.
Yeah.
And it's not like someone tells you you're in trouble. There's just a general vibe.
Because they've told everybody.
Yeah, and you're just like, well, I have a person that I had like a thing with that's not even a really big deal.
Yeah.
But you're saying they're weird to you. Mm-hmm. And then other people tell me that they keep going up to them and bringing me up and being like, oh, like, and I'm like.
Do I know who you're talking about?
Well, I don't want to say the name, but it doesn't even need to be a thing. And people keep coming to me and being like, well, and I'm like, it's okay.
Yeah.
We don't need to like.
Right.
Everything's fine.
Yeah, I mean, I've got comics that I've known for 25 years that we, you know, didn't like each other coming up. Maybe we were competitive. And now it's like this brotherhood of, you know, people like Sarah Silverman and Jeff Ross. Like, you know, if we ever didn't get along in the past, like, that's minuscule compared to that we went on this journey together. That we were in New York at a time when it was Louis C.K. and Patrice O'Neill and Burr and like all these people that were, you know, Colin Quinn and, you know, Chris Rock. And we're at a time where it was just like a golden era. And we were in the middle of, we're all trying to get on Letterman. So when somebody if Kevin
Brennan. Now
Brennan,
you still are.
Well, if Kevin
but
Brennan
I'm
got
engaged.
Right. Well, if Kevin Brennan got on Letterman, I was legitimately like angry.
Right. And then he got you now.
But now, well, I know, but Kevin's a brother.
Right.
You know, and even now, like, you know, I still consider Kevin a brother. I consider Attell a brother, you know, and any little bumps in the road, those are behind us.
Do you consider Sarah Silverman a brother?
Yeah.
She is that type of friend.
She's a dude.
Yeah.
She's the most dudest hot chick that ever.
And she's still hot as shit. I mean,
Totally.
she really is like gorgeous.
And she's not trying to be. Some girls like really try to be one of the guys, you know, and it doesn't really, and you kind of bleed through it. What are you looking like?
I'm like, yeah. I was just trying to think of how I could pretend to try hard to be.
Like burp.
Yeah, like why? I was like, just fart really loud.
But she's genuinely like plays basketball, loves sports, like, you know, smokes weed with everybody.
Yeah. Well, she was really close with her dad, right?
Yeah.
I feel like that kind of, when you're a daddy's girl, you just are a natural.
Yeah, but it's weird because I think she had all sisters. I think she had 2 sisters and no brother. Mm-hmm. I could be wrong.
I like read her book. Well, let's be honest, she read it to me in audio. Can you imagine?
If you're a comedian, why would you possibly not listen to their delivery?
I know, you want to listen to their delivery. Exactly. That's why. And that's how I feel about every other book, too. I just want to listen to the delivery of the author.
You know what a good one is? Moby Dick, read by Burt Reynolds.
Is that real?
Yep. And he does an Irish brogue for Ahab when he's in Ahab's voice.
Well, I'm going to be honest. I never read that book.
It's a long book.
Ahab, don't know who that is.
Captain Ahab?
Went to rehab, don't know what Ahab is, though. I'll tell you that. I didn't go to rehab. I actually never got to go to rehab. I was very sad about that.
Oh.
I know. Did you get to go to rehab?
I never went to rehab, no.
Doesn't that seem
I went to AA.
Fun?
I went to Al-Anon, I went to AA, but I didn't go to rehab.
Yeah, I know. It's like pussy shit. It's like going to an open mic and never getting to go do the show.
Yeah.
Rehab seems like fun as hell.
I know. It would be, the bonding would be incredible, you know?
So good.
That's why it was the best reality show. What was that?
With Dr. Drew?
Yeah.
I love Dr. Drew. Dr. Drew's
Andy Dick is in there. Oh, yeah, you love Dr. Drew.
I love Dr. Drew.
Yeah. Does he take your calls?
And all the time.
Call him right now.
Let's see. Sometimes he doesn't pick up, and that's so embarrassing.
It's a Sunday. If he's not picking up on a Sunday, then
he's doing something.
He's like with nails. He's like the nails working. Sister.
I gotta look cute. I'm single now.
Yeah, right.
Let's see, Dr. Drew.
I know Dr. Drew.
I got
well.
and I miss you. I text him. Well, we miss you, obviously.
Yeah.
And I miss you.
Nah, he's not picking up. That's too many. It's too many rings.
I'm sorry, I'm not available right now. I'll get back to you
as soon as I possibly can. He means it. No, I call him at odd hours, and it's never a good question. I mean, I had to call him when my dad was in the hospital. It was good to be able to talk to him.
It's amazing because his scope of knowledge is so wide. He's like everything from psychology to surgery. He really is he stays on top of it.
Do you think the only thing that makes people smart and stupid is their ability to retain information?
No. I have no memory whatsoever, but I'm quick. And I think I have really good emotional IQ.
I think maybe we are relatable in that way.
Yeah.
We'll see. The emotional IQ is growing. I'm getting better.
I'm
studying.
What's your shortfall with emotional IQ?
I just think that I'm always not sure what's my fault. I think I over blame myself for things. Is that what you mean?
Yeah. Who do we just have in who was saying that on the podcast? No, he had to go to therapy for it, and it's funny because he was talking about it he'd never talked about it publicly before.
That's interesting because it does seem like an anxiety thing because it makes sense because if you blame yourself, you have more control over yourself.
Greg Warren.
Oh, I like Greg.
Love Greg.
Greg's cool as hell, yeah.
He's so cool. Yeah. And the thing about him is like he's a clean comic.
I know, but
he's not trying to be a clean comic.
And his life doesn't seem clean. I don't look at him and go like, oh, you're a guy that hasn't lived a life. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, he was in the military. He went to West Point. He wrestled. He was an all-American wrestler.
I know, he's got the ears.
He's got the cauliflower ear. That's a rough one.
Did you
date a guy who has cauliflower ear?
No, yes, I did. In Santa Fe, yes, I did. Years and years ago.
Yeah.
Before it was in. When it was weird. When it was a weird, very annoying thing. I was so grossed out by him, too. He was very annoying. It was a weird time in my life because I was drinking a lot. I was a bartender at this place called the Cowgirl. And there was
San Francisco?
No, this was in Santa Fe.
Oh, Santa Fe. Sorry.
But there's two Cowgirls. There's one in New York, too. But so I was working there, and I was drinking all the time. Was completely, like, blacking out drinking. So I had no, like, identity. I didn't have any... Nothing was solid in my life. Everything was like crazy and up in the air. And there was a girl that worked at the Cowgirl with me that was like this lesbian with short hair. And she was kind of like hanging around me all the time. And I'm like, okay, friends, whatever. But then she'd be like, don't you think you might be a lesbian? And I was like, I don't think so. And she's like, you don't think like, and I was like, I've just never felt like I was a lesbian ever for 1 minute of my life. And she's like, well, don't you think that could mean you are a lesbian? She was saying things that were like, my brain was like scrambled. I was like, what? And then, so at that time I was kind of seeing this guy who was a Brazilian jiu-jitsu fighter. And he worked at the bar like two bars down.
She's doing mental jiu-jitsu on you.
She's doing mental jiu-jitsu. She's making pretzels up in here.
Yeah.
And then, so he had the bar down there. So we would finish work. We'd go over there. And then we'd get drunk and we'd be like making out. And then he'd be throwing ice at us. And he was always like, you're leading her on. I'm like, I think
Wait, you'd be making out with her?
In front of him, yeah.
Oh,
because she would just, she just was like all day. She was working on it.
Yeah.
She'd write me notes all day. It was like crazy. She would take the register paper and she would write me like these long notes on the receipt paper. And it was confusing because she was my friend. So I was like, I do love you. And then, but it was just very confusing. And then he was just such a dude, like in a way that was like not attractive to me. It was very alpha, very like tough. Like he was always getting in bar fights. Like he was always like jumping over the bar and like ripping his shirt off to like fight these people. And I was like, I am not like the girl for this.
Yeah,
I don't
but
want
part
this.
of you liked it.
I liked it a little bit.
Yeah.
But then on the other end, I have like a lesbian who's trying to get me to, and so I'm having these two things that I'm like, neither of them are really what I want, you know? And they're both like mad at me for the other thing. It was very weird. So he brought us into the office once. We went there during the day to see him about something. And he was like, come into the office. I want to show you guys something. And he showed us 2 girls, 1 cup. And I was a lesbian for like 1 week after that. I was like, you know what? Maybe I'm a lesbian. And she was like, do you see? I remember going, do you see? This is what you want?
Yeah.
And I was like, I guess not. And then it didn't work out with either of us. But
so he didn't have cauliflower ear.
He did have a little bit of cauliflower ear.
Oh, he did?
Yeah.
Okay.
A little, but so that was the story about that.
Wow.
Back in the day, the drinking days, that was my lesbian experience.
Yeah.
And it was post-grad, so people got worried.
It's so funny that people like us, me more so than you, because I'm older. And
are you about to tell me a gay experience?
Well, you know I almost had one, right?
You
didn't know that?
Let's hear it.
Well, it in the big picture, before I tell the story, I was going to say, like, most of our crazy shit already happened.
Right.
And then we spend the second half of our lives telling people about the first half of our lives. But I was, I think I was a junior. I was a junior in college. Never attracted to guys. Like, never felt like, I mean, I would look at a man who was well-built or nice face, and I had an appreciation, but I never had an attraction. And I also felt intimidated by them, so I would kind of obsess about looking at how attractive they must be to women, you know? And so my junior, and also like, I grew up like, I was a man of the 60s. I was very into like Iggy Pop and David Bowie and all the free love and the, you know,
Is this you telling us you have herpes?
You're finally
ready. You're finally ready to tell us.
I got everything but herpes. I got everything you can get a shot for.
Means he's a man of Valtrex now.
No, I think that's a man of the 70s.
Oh, okay, I don't know.
And
too young.
Now the clap was the 60s.
And what is the clap? Chlamydia?
Gonorrhea.
Gonorrhea is drippy dick.
Yeah, I got that once.
You got drippy dick?
Yeah.
I had crabs.
I had crabs twice.
Crabs are cute.
Yeah.
Did you shave accidentally? Not a good move. They burrow.
Oh, really?
I found out the bad way, yeah.
Whoa.
I shaved. I called the STD hotline.
Yeah.
I used to call them all the time. I had so much fun on the STD hotline.
Yeah.
Hotline. Well, you know us. It's like I'm like a ham on the phone even.
Right.
I'm like, hey, anyone that will talk. And I would talk to them and I was like, shaving school. And they were like, no. Like I imagined like a whole control room like freaking out, or this call center freaking out. They're like, don't, they burrow. So then I just gave them to myself for like another 2 weeks.
That would be a funny sitcom, is like a call center, but it's got, each phone line is a different thing. One's like the suicide hotline, one is the VD hotline, and then you have the different operators, but they're all in cubicles next to each other. And sometimes somebody has to go to the bathroom, so you like cover their phone.
Yeah, and you forget. You forget which one. Like, don't do it.
Yeah, right.
Like, I have a razor to it. They're like, do not do it. They think it's your wrist, but it's really your pubes.
Well, I guess every line is just telling you not to do it. Suicide hotline, AA.
It's not worth it.
Don't do it. Don't do it. So it's the same response. Anyway, so, and then also I was an English major, and I designed my own course junior year. You could design your own course and get 4 credits, and you give them a syllabus and a reading list, and then you do a big term paper at the end. And mine was comparing the beat poets, Kerouac and Ginsberg and Burroughs, to the naturalists who were like Emerson and Whitman. And they were all talking about stuff that you would love, like transcendentalism and like sort of vague spirituality, but also homosexuality. Like, you know, like Whitman was gay and Ginsberg was gay, and so there was a lot of like, some of it was like pretty hardcore gay. Anyway, so like I had all this gay stuff in my head, and I was thinking like, all right, I'd had sex with like.
You're just like writing your papers all boned up, like what's going on here?
Yeah,
what's happening here?
Right. I got a highlighter. I'm like, why am I jerking off this highlighter? And so I'd had sex with hundreds of women. I was like very prolific in my day. 3-ways. Kavanaugh 3-ways, which is the devil's 3-way with 2 guys and 1 girl. I'd done that a couple times.
Did you Eiffel?
Did not Eiffel. No, we worked either end. We tunneled.
you pig, what is it? Rotisserie reader?
Yeah. And that's what my dick looks like. It's all dried out and red. And so I lived, at the time, my apartment was across the street from the Fenway, which is a little wooded area behind Fenway Park. And there's a small wooded area in every city that's there for anonymous gay sex, like the Brambles.
You're like, I've been to AA, I've been to AS, which is anonymous sex at the park.
It is anonymous. And so anyway, I'm live across the street from it. So I'm
oh my God, it's like the universe just wanted you to get just budded.
Well, I was thinking to myself, like, I'll never know if I'm gay unless I try it. So I was like totally open to trying it. And I figured the thing I'll do is I'll blow a guy, because I don't want to get, fucked or anything.
Right.
I'll blow a guy and I'll know
so much
right away.
Blow, don't you think?
Than getting blown?
To get the pleasure? Because then you can be like, I was just getting the pleasure.
No, that's why I knew I had to do it.
To do the deed, or like, that's like really probably the gayer part.
Yeah. I want it to be an
like,
immediate
I'm not gay,
response.
I just like to bring pleasure to men.
Right.
I love it.
I'm codependent.
I'm codependent.
I'm gay dependent.
Just a really good friend.
So I stagger into the woods. I'm shit faced. It's like 3:00 in the morning, and I'm like walking towards my apartment, and I see the woods, and I'm like, you know what, I'm going in there, and so I stumble in. And it's dark, it's the fall, and there's like moonlight dripping through the leaves, and the
that
leaves
was
are
not
crunching.
Moonlight. I'm so sorry to tell you that was not moonlight dripping through the leaves.
It's cum.
It was cum.
There's cum dripping through the leaves, and I get to this open area, and I'm just standing there like I don't know what happens next, and all of a sudden this guy just like pops out from behind a tree, like this magical gay.
Oh my God! And if you are gay, what a treat!
Right?
What a treat!
I know. So he walks up to me, and I'm looking at him, and he undoes his fly, and he pulls out his cock. Mm-hmm. And I'm just looking at it, and then he reaches his hand in to the fly, and he pulls the balls out, but like he hasn't undone
so the zipper's still tight.
Zipper's open.
Yeah.
Button's done.
It's going through.
Yeah, it's going through the fly. So now it just looks like it's all being pushed forward, and it's like a big lump. And I'm just looking at it, and I'm like, no, like not interested. Yeah. I didn't even touch it. I just looked at it and I was like, no, I'm good.
You're like, dude, I'm just on a walk. Leave me alone. They probably hear that a lot.
I'm just going to the baseball game.
My girlfriend's at the baseball game.
Yeah. And so I freak out because now I'm alone in the woods with a guy whose dick is out.
Right.
And so I panic and I push him, and he falls down, and then he jumps up, and then he just goes like running back into the shadows with his dick flopping up and down. And I just like staggered out of the woods, and I was like, all right. I know.
So this was I'm so sorry, I forgot. This is how you and Amir K had the fight
exactly.
in the beginning?
It was a gay bashing incident.
You pushed him.
Yeah.
I mean, isn't that everything? Because you were afraid.
I wasn't afraid sexually. I was suddenly afraid, like, because I'd rejected him, that he was going to beat me up. That's the thing that I respect about women, or I don't know, respect. I have empathy for women that, like, I think one of the things that would keep me from being gay is knowing that guy could force himself on me.
Yeah.
And women are so vulnerable. Every time you're with a guy, assuming the guy's bigger than you got to always assume he can overpower you. That's like a really scary.
Does that make you want to overpower because you're smaller than some men? Does it make you want to just kind of overpower them to prove you're? Well, I just was thinking like
I'm 5'8". That's the national average.
I just
for height.
feel taller than you right now where I'm sitting.
I'm 150 pounds. That's literally the
you
average.
Think that's bigger than me?
Are you 150?
Oh, I'm over 150.
No,
babe.
you're not.
Post-Ozempic.
Really?
I could you. I could the shit out of you, Greg. I get that guy to come in and in the ass.
Imagine that you hold me down and then he shows up.
Why can't my girl?
He's got a thick Boston accent. I'm gonna put my cock in you. You queer.
I find that guy. It's that guy.
Yeah.
He's aged. His dick's still out though.
Yeah. He fucks me, but he doesn't undo his top button.
I mean, come on.
Yeah.
But it seems so uncomfortable for him.
I know. I don't know if maybe it was like, like a cock ring, like he liked the pressure around it.
But do you think if he had unbuttoned, it would be a different life for you?
It's completely possible.
Wow.
Yeah. And there was a couple guys in college that I thought were attractive, and that if they had hit on me, I think I would have tried it with them. And now I'm.
But what were they? What was the type? Were they like big guys or?
No, like.
Did they look like you?
Soft guys, but not
feminine-ish.
No, masculine but soft.
Okay,
like
see, this is where the lesbian-ish
waspy
stuff gets me, because the girls they look like guys. The girls that were coming from me, so I was confused.
Yeah,
it's like, what is the difference?
Well, my friend and her husband just decided to start opening up their marriage. Oh. And she's really cute. She's very cute, and he's a good-looking guy. And so she goes, yeah, I'm dating this girl now. I go, well, can you date her? I thought that open marriage was just like one night stands, not relationship. She's like, no, it's kind of a relationship, and he's totally cool with it, and like we can hang out, all three of us. And so I'm thinking, I go, I want to see this girl. I go, you get a picture of her? And she pulls out her phone, she shows me a picture, and she looks like the captain of the football team. She is huge. Hair shaved on the sides.
There's something about I think butch women, they know, because they are a girl, they know how to hit on women in a masculine way. It's so surprising because it's a girl.
The confidence.
And they just know how to just they can just do it.
They probably pleasure you like no guy ever has.
Yeah. What, without a dick? No guys ever really.
Well, oral sex
just
can
all
be pretty
these
amazing,
things and all
though.
the toys and stuff.
Yeah.
No, lesbians have a lot of toys and.
Yeah. Isn't it funny that like that you're a lesbian and like totally anti-man and then it comes time for sex and you pull out the thing that's a man?
That's true, but maybe they're not anti-man. Maybe you just hurt their feelings.
Have you had a lesbian experience?
The one girl, she got her
that
fingers
was it?
in me one time, yeah.
She got her what?
Fingers in me one time.
More
and
than
then
one?
No, just, 2 fingers.
Okay.
And I just was not. I always feel like I always say, I feel like she fingered homophobia into me. I was like, get out of me. Get off me, queer.
Where were you when it happened?
We were in Santa Fe. She was like staying at, it was like the house that she was living at.
So you went back to her house. Did you know when you were going back that's what
Maybe, yeah, because we'd been making out and stuff.
Yeah.
She'd been working her magic.
Do you think it might have gone further?
No, I just wasn't. And I just was like,
yeah.
And I'm not like one to do what I don't want to do. Yeah. I gave her girl blue balls. I let her on. I just went, let's smoke a Newport. We went outside, smoked a little menthol. It was over. All those months of her planning.
So she was black?
No. No, I was. Hello. Isn't
it funny that they like outlawed menthol cigarettes to try to get black people to smoke less? Did you know that?
I know, yeah.
Isn't that crazy?
It is crazy. Well, I think they're the worst ones for you too.
Menthol?
But they're all bad for you. I guess they have fiberglass. I don't know. That's what I smoked when I was little.
Menthols?
Mm-hmm. Newport Lights to be a good girl.
Yeah.
Okay, so you brought up polygamy. So I saw this article. So do you know the actor who just came out as, here, let me put this mirror on. It's going to ask me for the code, I think, again.
Andrew Santino?
Yeah, it's Andrew Santino. Oh, hell yeah. Okay. So there's this actor.
Wait, why could she do that and I can't do that?
I just figured it out right before you came in.
What?
We figured this out. Yeah. You need fresh blood. But this is what I'm saying. We're going to figure so much stuff out.
Annie did it.
I came in and we just sat here for 10 minutes before you got here trying to figure it out. I asked
I've been
ChatGPT.
here for a year and a half. I've never done this. I got to start showing up earlier.
So, no, I want to have a meeting. Why don't you come in? Why don't we do a meeting, all of us, where we go over all that, we come up with ideas and things we can all do for our shows.
I love it. I love it.
All right, so I love Rebecca Gayhard. Do you remember Rebecca Gayhard? Remember who she is?
Sounds familiar.
She was the Noxzema girl. Here, let me pull up a picture of her. I want to pull her up in her heyday, though. Okay, let's see. Rebecca.
I just want to see Dr. Drew pop up on your screen right now, calling you back.
I can't believe I didn't pick up. It's so embarrassing.
Your audience knows his number now.
Do you remember this girl?
You say on your phone.
She was like a model actress. She was in a bunch of stuff.
Yeah.
So she married this actor who was in Grey's Anatomy.
Uh-huh.
And he was in Euphoria, and he's been in a lot of stuff. This guy, Eric. So 14 years ago, they got married.
When you open up a marriage, one person's going to sprint out of the starting gate.
When you
and
open
the other
it up,
one's going to go like, hey, are we really doing this?
And I feel like it's the one that suggests it is actually the one that, no, I think they get screwed over. Because I think it's always the one that thinks it's their control, they're under the control of it. And then the spouse goes, okay. And then they're probably mad because the others, they're not the one that brought it up. This is just my guess. Like if Todd came to me and was like, I want an open relationship, I would be so mad at him.
Yeah.
That I would be like, okay, you'll see me. Let's just say you're not gonna see me around white men for a while. You're gonna see me. I'm going straight. That's what I was telling Todd. I was like, Todd's gonna leave. I just make a bunch of black guy friends all of a sudden. I'm just posting pictures with all my black guy friends.
Yeah.
But
or like you're posting yourself online and it's just you because like you've airbrushed the guy out.
Oh yeah.
But then you see
cropped.
The arm around your neck and it's black.
Yes, it's like he's got a pinky ring. It's like he's got money. The Newport in the hand. I'm smoking a Newport. He's like, what is going on here?
Me and Erin had a 3-way one time. Me and my wife.
How far in to your marriage?
Just like a year ago.
Really?
No, we never had a 3-way.
Oh, I was like, your poor kids.
I know.
The things your kids have to know, but that's cute.
What, because of my act, you mean?
Well, yeah, but it's cute that you guys are sexually active. Like I don't think my parents are.
Yeah, my kids, my son said he watched my special and he was really sort of like aghast. And he was like, look, I'm really happy that you and mom are sexually active. I think that's really healthy. He goes, I just didn't really want to know the details.
The alternative, I think, might be worse, though. But it's showing them a healthy relationship.
Yeah.
All right. So anyway, so they got married like 14 years ago. Her and then this is the actor. Okay. This guy.
Yeah.
Okay, handsome guy. Okay.
What am I? The guy that goes, oh yeah.
No, but it's okay. We're trying something new on here.
But I just don't want to ever sound like that again.
Never say it again.
It was awful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know that guy. It's kind of Philly. Yeah.
It's Philly from
Philly's
like the
always
1930s.
Yeah.
Yeah. See?
You see? Yeah, you don't want to age yourself. 60s guy over here.
All right, take it easy.
All right, so
59.
No, and I'm like the youngest old. I'm turning 42, so this is like
I can never believe you're that old. That is always shocking.
I have to stop saying. I keep telling everyone.
Yeah, don't tell anybody.
I tell everyone
Everybody's
every minute
gonna think
every
you're
day.
31 if you don't say anything.
I know. I'm like ruining my own career. But then people ask questions. They'll be like, "So, how old were you when you froze your eggs?" I'm like 39, and they're like, "What?" I'm like, "Yeah." Well.
Yeah.
Okay, so they were married and then they've been separated and like going through a divorce for a while. But then she's called off the divorce. So that was the news I heard. It was on.
Wait, why is this relevant to anything?
Hold on. Wait. Okay, so March 7th, this comes out, and I go, this is a thing that like I kind of go, oh, okay, that's interesting to call your wedding off or your divorce off that you've been going through for 7 years. I go, oh, that's cute. They fell in love again. It's wonderful. They have kids. It's so cute. Then a week or so later, it turns out he has ALS. He has gotten diagnosed with ALS. So then you go, oh my God, that's so sweet. She's decided to stand by him. You go, this is so incredible. What a beautiful love story.
Yeah.
Then a couple weeks later, he does a red carpet debut with his new girlfriend, who's this young blonde girl. I'm going, what is going on? Okay. So I'm like, okay, Eric. And I guess she's just like, whatever, who cares? I'll just be this. I'll be married to him and he can mess around or whatever. Then an article comes out the next day of his other girlfriend being like, he has a new girlfriend that he just debuted. I thought I was in a relationship with him for 3 years.
Shaky's making the rounds.
Shaky's making the rounds. And so this man is going to have a rough, however many more years he has of his life. Still, the girls can't get off his dick. These girls are fighting over him. They're like... But I'm like,
well, maybe if you have sex with a guy with ALS, he's just like,
you're like,
really,
you're like, this is gonna get better.
Yeah. It's only gonna get better and better.
And they're probably like, well, you can't keep cheating on me because he's got no. But I couldn't believe this. I was like, this is like the craziest.
That's amazing.
I know. I'm like, am I proud of him? Am I disappointed in him?
Well, because Demi Moore stood by Bruce Willis. Is he still alive?
He's with us.
But she's like by his side now, and they make videos together, and it's very cute.
Yeah. I think it's good. Yeah, it's like a loving family. But maybe Rebecca is back with him because then she can get, if she's married to him, she gets his money when he dies.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then these girlfriends are just with it for the fucking shaky cock.
That's right. Yeah.
I don't know. He was McSteamy on... He was pretty hot. Or McDreamy. I can't remember which one.
On Sex and the City?
No, on the...
Grey's Anatomy?
Grey's Anatomy, yeah.
Oh,
he is smoking hot.
Yeah. At Grey's Anatomy, I get a friend on that show. It just keeps going. He just
it goes
keeps
forever.
money.
Which guy is it?
Greg Gurman. You'd recognize him. He was on Ally McBeal.
Okay. Oh, Ally McBeal was good.
Yeah. And now he's on this. And
how old would that baby be now? That dancing baby? It's just a schizophrenic on the street dancing now in a diaper.
Right.
I think I saw it on Venice.
Yeah,
Venice
that's his headshot still.
I love Ally McBeal. You think back, the whole premise is she's like schizophrenic. She's like seeing a dancing baby everywhere.
You're right. Can I just tell you something? Yeah. I think I texted you this. But my daughter had emergency surgery on Thursday. She had her appendix out. And, it's very scary. And, anytime they put you under, there's a chance that you don't come back,
right.
It's just a real thing. And she was in so much pain. And I spent 17 hours with her on Thursday straight, just like holding her hand.
And the pain was the whole time? Or like, how long was she, really? They couldn't give her meds?
Once she got to the hospital, it took a little while, and then she got the meds. But she woke up at 4 a.m. and urgent care didn't open until 7. So we went to urgent care, and then they sent us to the ER, and there was a little bit of a wait, and, so she didn't get medicated for hours. And, and then she gets the surgery, and she comes out, and she sleeps for like 2 hours, and I just sat by the bed looking at her face, and I have not felt that much love for another person. I was picturing, it was really like one of those things where your life flashed before your eyes. I was like seeing her at different ages in her those pajamas that she always wore when she was 4, and and it was very intense. And then the last 3 days I haven't left her side. I've just been like watching movies.
I know, thanks for coming. I feel like I stole you from JoJo.
No, not at all. It was time. My wife is there. But we watched Paddington 2 yesterday because everybody keeps telling me, it's a kid's movie.
Yeah.
And I don't know why, but like not 1, but 2. And so I've heard it from like 5 people. So finally I go, do you want to watch Paddington? She's like, I don't want to watch fucking kids. I go, let's just try it. I hear. So we put it on. It's amazing.
Really?
It's like it's got the best cast. Hugh Grant is in it. And the guy from Banshees of Inisherin, the older Irish guy.
Yeah, I like that guy.
He's in it. Like all these famous people. And it looks like a Wes Anderson movie, the way it's shot. It's beautiful. And it's all live action except for the bear, and they move his mouth. And we're laughing out loud. And then at the end, she's sobbing. We're laying on the couch together. She's sobbing over there. And then she whips her head around to look at me. And she sees that I got the tears coming down. And we both started laughing so hard.
Well, you got Paddington. You were like, we'll watch this silly little.
I know.
Oh, I want to watch it. That's
now
so
I
want to
watch 1, and then there's a third one.
And they're all supposed to be this good, or did they say just the second one was good?
Everyone kept saying part 2, but I can't imagine part 1 isn't at least very good.
Okay, so you're crying with your daughter. That's so funny. Todd likes to cry at movies. So Todd
really?
He's every once in a while he's like, we have to watch Marley and Me. I'm like, I don't want to. He's like, we have to watch it. And then we just sit and just cry and hold Randy and just weep about how our dog's going to die.
Wipe your tears with his fuzzy little hair.
Oh, his little tiny penis. It's already here, so we just bring it up here. Why is this dog these dogs are so loving.
Yeah.
I was like crying because Todd was gone, and I haven't been too much of a baby about it. It's actually pretty awesome that he's gone, not in like a bad way, but his job is incredible, and then it's good that I get a chance to kind of reset my life without my full codependent partner with me at all times.
And Thailand will be really fun for him.
Yeah, and what's the other place we'll call it?
Vietnam?
Vietnam. He's in Vietnam, guys. He's in Alaska. But it's cute. It's very exciting. It's huge. It's like a huge deal that he's out there.
I'm happy for him because,
very incredible.
I think that you needed this. I think you needed a little bit of you standing on your own 2 feet for a while.
Of course, because I've been having him do everything, and it was like a funny joke in the beginning, but then I was like, oh.
Yeah.
But then I was like grocery shopping, I was like, oh, it's not hard. Like all the things I thought were hard, I'm like, oh, these are easy.
Yeah.
It's actually easier when you don't have someone buying Krispy Kremes every time because they're 30. I mean, he just keeps buying. I'm like, Todd, this has to end. He's always like, what? Because they always have like a new, Krispy Kreme their marketing is so genius because they always have like a new, they'll be like, oh, it's Pac-Man Krispy Kreme. Or it's like, it's St. Patty's Day Krispy Kreme. You're like, oh, I wonder what that one tastes like.
Well, when I lived in New York, they put up a Krispy Kreme, and this was when it just came. I think it started in the South, and there was like 10 of them in the South, and then they opened one in New York City, and they did this genius thing where they had an exhaust from the ovens onto the street. So when you walk by for like a half a block, you could smell these fresh donuts.
Oh, that's crazy.
And I couldn't walk by. Every day I'd walk by.
And they're so buttery. It's like
they're buttery. They come out hot. The glazed ones are melting in your hand.
They're good always, too. And if they, you know what I found out? If they go a little stale, if you put them in the microwave for like 10 seconds, they're back to new.
Oh, really?
They're top notch.
Yeah.
But I got to be good. I don't want to eat like bad. I want to be good. So I was smoking weed again. So I'm quitting smoking weed because that is a catalyst to the eating.
Yeah.
And also it does not really serve me in any way. It was helping me a little bit at night. You know what it was doing? I have this thing of like feeling left out. I have a FOMO of, without drinking and all these other things. But I never look at people drinking and go, I wish I could do that.
Yeah.
But with weed, I guess I haven't quite kicked that where I'm still kind of like, oh, well, they're having fun. I should be able to do that. And but it's not really that fun for me. It doesn't end up being fun. And last night I brought Randy to the Comedy Store. I was like, let's just try out bringing Randy. Because he was being so cute. He's been there like throughout his life a little bit, but never with just me. So I had him, and I ended up bringing him on stage, which was a huge mistake because he's so much cuter than my jokes are funny. I just have to admit it. Yeah. My set is not as good as how cute my dog is. I mean, and he's like laying in a bag and he's like, and people are just like, oh, you know, it was like people were moved by it. But,
right.
And so I brought him on stage and then I was going to go home and then I said, you know, I'll just have one hit of weed in the back so I can hang out with everyone. I don't know what the hell this weed was. I was so high I couldn't leave. I was like, I can't drive right now. So then I'm just sitting there for hours. I'm feeling so bad. The dog wants to go home. I'm like, I'm the worst dog mom. I just felt so guilty.
When you're high and you feel like you fucked up, you could go down such a rabbit hole of shame.
And I was feeling shame. I started to remember things I did. I was like, I remember this one time I was at my Quaker youth retreat and there was this girl, Annie Cox, or was it Annie Dix? I know an Annie Dick and an Annie Cox. Is that unbelievable?
Yeah, they should meet.
Is that, I know. Well, just like you almost did in the park.
Mm-hmm.
So
You're
anyway,
never going to let me forget that, are you?
You offered it up.
Yeah.
I didn't even egg it on. I'm excited about it. It's cool. I'm going to start putting...
I think it adds a dimension to me that maybe you didn't see before.
I like it.
Yeah.
It's real.
It's very
honest.
real. And I was an explorer, you know? I was like, I always wanted to find meaning in life and challenge
You're like,
reality.
what if it is inside a man's asshole?
Yeah.
I think the blowjob is really where you went wrong.
Have you ever watched gay porn?
Yeah. Yeah.
Anything?
I think we've talked about this before. The missionary, I always go, because the legs have to go up so high. I go, whoa.
Yeah.
It's a very flexible situation.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know. I like all of the stuff. I think it's cool. I like that I have a trans fan who she comes to all my shows and stuff. And I hadn't confirmed that she was trans until she did like a comment. She's like, oh my God, blah, blah, blah. And then I looked her up. She like linked her thing and she's just she's trans porn star and she's like a queen.
Really?
It's awesome. Yeah.
Wow.
And it is like, it's fun. It's like, you're like, whoa, that's totally weird. I didn't expect to see that, but it's.
Wait, what's
you can see that she's got big boobs and a big dick.
Okay. Interesting.
Girl with a big fatty.
Yeah, that would be a turn. If I was going to go trans, I want a little Tootsie Roll.
You want a tiny.
Yeah.
So maybe you got to go trans male. Because they have their clits grow out.
Oh.
They take hormones to make their clit grow out.
Yeah. I guess it's less gay if the person's trans that you're having sex with. Is it more gay or less gay? If I have sex with a trans woman.
Well, I think it's like if you're having like issues with like, who am I and stuff like that, I think if they look like a woman, it's helpful for a man to be more comfortable.
Yeah.
Because they're not like.
Right.
Yeah.
I think it's less gay then.
But I feel like guys are just trying not to be gay all the time. Like sitting around watching sports. It's like always trying to find something you can do together that's not gay.
Yeah.
Because you're like afraid if there's nothing else is going on, you're just going to start like, gobbling.
There's truth to that. I think there's homoerotic tension in friendships for sure.
Well, every time I go away, like Todd will be like, my friends, and Todd is like 3 friends. I don't even know who these people are. It'll be like someone he knew from 10 years ago. And he's like, yeah, we're just hanging out. Like, what are you guys doing? He's like, oh, we're just like drinking and watching music videos. I'm like, are you on a date? Like, what are you doing? What kind of music? Is like romantic music? They listen to Zach Bryan music videos.
Well, my best friend growing up, he and I, we didn't go to college after high school. We saved up money and we used to go down to Greenwich Village and we put on eyeliner and we'd go to like Danceteria and Studio 54 when we were like 16. And
That's so fun.
And so we were into like the Smiths and like more alternative music than our friends were. Mm-hmm. And then we went to Europe together. And I was there for 6 months, but for like 3 of the months I was with him. And we used to sleep like, in the same bed. And, we were very close. We were together 24 hours a day.
Nobody talks about how financially responsible it is to be gay. You and your guy friend, you don't got to get 2 separate beds.
Yeah. You don't have to raise kids.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously you can adopt.
Well, it gets very expensive if you don't have kids.
Most gay guys don't get kids, right? Or they didn't used to.
You could share clothes.
So anyway, it turns out later he's gay.
Oh, really?
And then...
Were you offended?
I was shocked. I mean, we used to skinny dip all the time. We would break into the town pool and
he just had probably such a crush on you. Do you think he did?
I don't know. I never felt it. He never made a move on me. You know what happened once? We were on a ship going from Denmark to England. And
were you on the poop deck?
And I jumped onto his bed to wrestle, and he fucking freaked out. He was like, "Get off of me!"
Wow.
It was like, and I was very intense. Where I was like, "Wow, that was weird."
Because that reaction is when you're hiding something. It's like when someone touches my head and my hair. You're like, "Don't touch my hair." It's like you're trying to hide something. Right.
Yeah, or your fake boobs.
Yeah, like fake boobs are very obvious to.
So anyway, then Kevin Meaney becomes one of my best friends. He was in my wedding party.
Oh, was Kevin?
I was in his wedding party, and then he came out as gay.
Oh, the other one.
Years after I knew him. And then, I'm not going to mention the comedian because he's not officially out, but he was one of my dearest friends for years. And then he didn't come out, but is out among the comedians.
Yeah.
And then my friend Tom O'Neill, who wrote the book Chaos, is my next door neighbor in Little Italy for 10 years. And then we moved out to LA, and we moved 2 doors away from each other in LA. I was hanging out with him last night.
Did he ever sneak in your back door?
But he was straight. He was straight for years, and then he came out. What is it? What does this say to you?
You're a good hag. I don't know how to say it.
I think you can say hag. You just can't say the first part on its own.
Alone.
Yeah.
I don't ever mean it mean. I wish I could say that. I don't ever mean it mean.
Well, it's not like it's not a phenomenon.
I don't mean it mean. Yeah, it's a thing.
Yeah.
Well, it's like when I'm always talking about like the word, like W word, I'm like, starts with W, ends with the rest of the N word. It's like, what? It's a specific thing.
Right.
It's hard to, we should have thought of that when we named it originally. There's certain things where it's like, what else are you going to call it?
I just listened to the New York Times interviewed Andrew Schultz, and I got to tell you something. Like, I didn't have any strong opinions about Andrew before. Like, he, to me, has always been like a really good podcaster. And I haven't really seen much of his stand-up, to be honest. But, like, he came off so well on this New York Times interview. Like, really, like, smart and well thought out, like his opinions. And he kept challenging this New York Times reporter, and he kept backing him down. He had this guy like fumbling for words.
What were they talking
about?
Not
in an intimidating way, just in a way of just out chess playing him. They were talking about the bro movement in podcasting, and if they had a responsibility to present both sides more when they interview people like Trump, and whether or not you just basically, and Andrew was just like, what the takeaway was, I'm not a journalist.
Yeah,
I'm a comedian, and my job is who I want to bring on people that I think will be interesting, and then ask them exactly what I'm curious about. I don't have a responsibility to the New York Times.
Right.
I don't have a responsibility to my listeners to service a point of view, and I'm certainly not trying to come up with gotcha moments.
Right.
And he said, and you are to me right now. And it wasn't confrontational. It was actually very friendly.
Yeah.
But it was contentious at points when the guy was trying to gotcha him. He was just flipping it on him.
It's people's businesses, so they're going to get who's going to get the most views. And also, they were all like, I from what I understand, people were trying to get Kamala on their podcast, and she wasn't doing it.
Yeah, and he said that her camp denies that they ever asked. And he was saying point blank, and I believe him, that they absolutely did ask.
Yeah. So I think it's like, it's just, but I don't know. I remember feeling when I was like 2016 women's marching, stuff like that. Like I didn't even really want to talk to like bro dudes, because it was like, they're always talking me in these circles where I'm like, that's not like, I would just get, flustered and stuff. And I didn't want to talk to them. So I can understand where like that idea could come from. I mean, now I feel like I'm able to talk about whatever.
Would you have Trump on your podcast?
I mean, what would I ask? I don't know. I really try to stay away from politics. It's such like an icky thing right now that I just try to not even, I make like little jokes here and there, but I'm like, it's so stressful. I don't know. I mean, I guess.
Would you have AOC?
I mean, I guess what am I talking to her about? I really try to be like completely tapped out. I mean, if I was like, I would have to do all this research that's not natural to me. Do you know what I mean? I have to be like, all right, I have to learn all about politics in the next week before she comes on. It's like,
who's your dream guest?
I want Ethan Hawke.
Interesting.
I love Ethan Hawke.
Yeah.
But I'm pretty down to interview anyone, but I like what I think I bring out in people is it's like a hang. So it's not what you would normally see of them. I like to bring out like another side of people.
Yeah.
And then also see how much you can make fun of them without them getting their feelings hurt. But it sucks sometimes when you have someone on because you don't want to, they are your guests, so you don't want to like hurt their feelings, but your feelings, you do want to say things that are.
I got in a brawl one time with, Rob Corddry? Mm-hmm. He's got a brother named Nate.
Okay.
Do you know Nate Corddry?
Uh-uh.
He was a Daily Show guy, and he did a bunch of stuff. He's a really smart, funny sketch kind of guy. And he came on my show, and I'm such good friends with Rob that I have this shorthand with him. And, Irish Catholic guy from Boston. Yeah. So, like, ball busting is, shorthand. So Nate comes on, and we're at my house back in the bonus room, which was like my studio. And I'm just, like, fucking around with him. I'm poking him and having fun. And he just did not take it at all. And he flipped on me, and neither one of us was backing down.
Right.
And we kind of got through the podcast, and then he just like kind of left immediately. Mm-hmm. And then I think there was a little bit of a Twitter exchange. There was a
fine.
Twitter exchange afterwards.
A public exchange.
Yeah. That was the worst that
I have trouble apologizing for jokes. I really do. Where I'm like, if I start apologizing for jokes, then it's like it's almost like saying the joke wasn't a joke.
Yeah.
If I say sorry.
Right.
And it's like I don't want to be like, hey, toughen up, but I also want to be like, if we are comedians, we have an understanding that we're fucking with each other.
Yeah.
I don't. I did feel a little bad calling you short, but
Did you feel bad?
A little bit.
Oh, I didn't. I was kidding when I was
being defensive.
Well, that's kind of one of my bits. Is I go overly defensive on things, and just to see if people will think that's funny, and often they don't.
Oh yeah, no, I'm very It just feels like I think I'm always trying to figure out if I'm wrong in situations, and there's certain things where I'm like, am I a comedian if I'm not making fun of things? What am I?
Yeah.
That's what I do. It's my type of comedy.
Yeah.
If you fucking know that's what I do, then.
Where do you think that comes from? Like that guilt? Were you raised Catholic?
No. I was raised Quaker, where everyone's supposed to have this goodness. It's not guilt, but it's like there's a goodness in everyone. So you're supposed to just like only see good in people. And it's annoying because it's like, there's people that would just like drag me through the fucking mud every time I hung out with them, treat me so bad. And I'm like, well, they're good. They probably just, they grew up in a weird situation. And
no, I see that as like your cardinal trait. I think you really do see the good in people. Like, I feel like every time I see you bump into somebody at the store, like there's a thing that you have with that person. Like there's something about them you've discovered that you like and get excited by.
Yeah, I guess it's a good thing. That's really sweet. I'm just like doing like a lot of facing myself right now. And I think I just have I have internalized shame from when I was little. I just always felt so bad. I was always in trouble. I was always getting yelled at.
Yeah.
So I just felt so like bad all the time. So that's what I'm trying to like release. But then it's like I had a situation where I was like, I feel like I was in a very abusive situation where someone was very much like emotionally abusing me, but I was in a business with them basically. And they accused me of having a personality disorder that threw me off so much because it was so hurtful. Because I'm like, I don't believe I have a person. I go to therapy.
People love accusing people of
and it's so and it was so like. But I was like, I always try to do like inventory on myself. So then I'm like going through. I'm going, you bitch. That's what you think I have. I was just really like. But then, and I think in a lot of my relationships, I'm always like trying to not appear bad. So then maybe I'm not being truly myself. I don't know. Maybe I got to be a little.
You're on the wrong coast, Annie.
I know. I'm supposed to be on the East Coast.
Yep.
I know, but it's so warm here. It's
I know.
Cute and sunny.
It is. It's
so warm. The fires. Like, do you guys understand when California is on fire? It's.
What are you talking to the camera now?
Yes, I always do. You didn't see me doing this the whole time?
It was subtle, but that was like a full turn to
Guys,
your camera.
do you know that when California is on fire, shut the fuck up.
This is a telethon?
Why don't you shut the fuck up?
We're trying to raise money for
I get serious.
sick kids.
Yes, we are. We're trying to pay for your daughter's appendix. We got to get Judge's appendix back together.
I call the insurance.
And it worked, right?
No, I call the insurance and I get California Blue Shield on the phone, which I pay, you ready for this? $40,000 a year I pay for insurance for my family.
Yeah.
And so I get somebody on the phone.
I'm just doing my own math here.
It's $3,700 a month. And I get somebody on the phone and I go, is UCLA covered? And she goes, it's not on the list. And she goes, what's it called? I go, UCLA. It's the biggest hospital in Los Angeles. Is it covered? And she goes, it's not.
Did you say UCLA
listed.
Hospital? Because they might have just been, why does he keep bringing up this
hospital.
College?
I said UCLA Hospital. And then a doctor walked by and I go, what's the name of this place? He goes, UCLA Hospital. I go, UCLA Hospital. And she goes, it's not covered. I said, so what does that mean? She goes, well, it's out of network, which means you have to pay a $7,000 deductible, and then we pay 50% of whatever is left after that. And meanwhile, my daughter's like, we're deciding whether she's going to spend the night, because now it's like 9 o'clock at night. Oh, my
God.
And she kind of wants to spend the night.
Of
and I'm
course,
like,
she doesn't want to, yeah.
Pack your shit. We're getting the f*** out of here.
Don't worry, I'll watch you. You'll be watched all night.
Yeah.
Did she ever wake up and go like, Dad, what the hell?
Right.
You're like leaning, your tears woke her up. You're just crying over her head.
I didn't cry when I was looking at her, but I felt very warm.
She is so beautiful. Well, I'm always like talking to him, like, it must be so crazy because she's so gorgeous. She's so cool. She's so vibrant. And it's like, she was just like this little thing.
Oh my God, she was such a cute little kid. And she was so, didn't play with the other kids. We'd go to the beach, like Erin had a mommy and me group. And so there's all these kids that were the same age and they started as babies together. And then by the time they were like 5, they'd go to the beach and like all the kids would be playing a game. And JoJo was this little redhead who would she'd get a little boogie board and she'd go in and she'd ride the white, like 5 in the water, right at the edge, riding the little waves and over it for hours, over and over again.
Aww.
And then she's a surfer her whole life. She's been like an avid surfer. But she just never, she always played her own way. It was always like her way or else I'm not really interested.
Yeah.
And she's mellowed into somebody who's actually like a really good friend. And she's the center of her social group. Everybody's kind of drawn to her like sense of balance. It's really nice to see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, of course you're going to have good kids. Your family's legit.
Legit.
You have a solid family.
Right?
I can't believe
Thank
it.
you.
I'm always like, I told him I have a family crush on you. I'm like, I love your family. Your family's so cute. I love your kids. I love your wife. It's so fun. Yeah, it's like fun to hang out with you guys. I love doing your St. Patty's Day show. And everyone's friends with you. Everywhere I go, I'm like, I just name drop you in Venice and everybody knows you.
Oh,
it's
really?
So cute.
Yeah, that's cool.
No,
well,
it's
25
really fun.
years I've been here in Venice.
Well, they could hate you. That could be enough time for them to hate your fucking guts.
Yeah. Sundays in Venice, I always think are my favorite days because like we go to this yoga in the morning. There's a beach yoga. So we do that. And then we'll walk to Abercrombie. And then like there's days I go to the drum circle sometimes at sunset.
Listen, I've popped by.
And then they got
I haven't popped in, I popped by.
Then they got this bike thing that I've done a couple times where everybody puts neon lights on their bikes and like frills on the handlebars and they ride with some guy's got a speaker with a pit bull on it. The pit bull's got a fucking, bandana around his neck and they just drive around Venice and everybody's laughing and like I love Sundays in Venice.
Yeah, Venice rules. And guys, the good thing about California is that with the fires,
should there be a phone number underneath here?
It's golden hour all day long when there's fires, okay? You know how cute the selfies are when you're near a fire? New York don't got that.
No.
That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
Very important to say. But wait, what was I going to say? Oh, I wanted it when you were talking about Paddington Bear looked like the Wes Anderson movie. Are you going to see the Phoenician or whatever it is?
Is that the new Wes Anderson movie? Oh, hell yeah.
Okay, because here's my thing. I think I've come to my limit with that look. I need him to evolve. I love him. He's like, I watched Royal Tenenbaums 1 million times. Bottle Rocket, Rushmore. Like, I love them, but I want to see what else he's got.
I know. I agree.
I want to see what else he's got.
I don't get sick of it, but I know a lot of people do. And I think he gets in his own way with that look. The broad red, everything's red.
It's over.
And the wide shots and the, semi-animation that he works in sometimes. I don't know. I like when somebody has a style. Tarantino has a very distinct style, I think.
But the storylines are so freaking different with Tarantino that it doesn't feel the same.
Right.
This is like, I don't even know. I can't even pay attention to the storyline because I'm going, this looks exactly like the hotel one.
Grand Budapest Hotel.
I'm going, this is it.
Yeah.
We've seen it. We've seen it.
Right.
I remember I was at a sushi shop, a sushi restaurant in New York. And I was like sitting with my friends and we just started talking to these like kids, these like 20-year-olds. I don't remember how, I was probably in my 20s too, but they were a little younger. And one of the kids was like, I'm an actor. I'm like, oh, really? What were you? And he was like, I was one of the kids in Royal Tenenbaums.
No.
Isn't that crazy? Isn't that like a wild, what a like epic position. I don't know what else he's been in. I don't know if he's continued to work, but it's like, that is like a crazy
I met this woman at a furniture store. She was a salesperson. And we start talking, and I said I was in comedy, and she told me that she was on a sitcom, one of the biggest sitcoms in history, and she had a sibling on the sitcom who committed suicide.
Okay. Wait.
Don't even guess because I don't want to say what show it was.
So she was
and
also.
She has no money. I mean, the show was on 9 years.
Does she not get the residuals for her dead sibling? I'd be like, hello.
Well, in real life, they were not siblings. Wait, were
the
they?
Sibling in the show.
Sibling in the show, I don't know if they were siblings in real life.
I just don't even understand how people,
Oh, they were. They were
in real life.
Yes,
okay.
They were siblings in real life. But people think residuals come in for years. They're only legit. They only come in substantially for 3, 4, 5 years.
Yeah.
And then that's it. Unless if you're one of the creators, then you get some royalties because then when it sells into syndication, you own it. But if you're just getting union residuals as an actor or a writer, it becomes a trickle after a while.
I know, it's really pretty dark. I had a friend who was on Orange is the New Black, and she was trying to explain to people, she was like, I have made no money. Like, I am not rich. You guys all think I'm rich. Right. Like, I did not make money on this.
Well, also, people forget HBO shows are only 8 or 10 episodes.
Yeah,
it's not short. Like when you're on, a network is 22. That's a big difference.
That is a very big difference. But back in the day, I feel like they would pay more for HBO shows, no?
Yeah, I've written on 2 HBO shows, and I got probably 50% more per episode than I would on network shows. Yeah.
Did you act in them?
Yeah.
What were you in?
Crashing.
Oh, yeah.
I did a few episodes.
Have you done Pete Holmes' podcast?
Yeah.
I like Pete.
Oh, Pete's great.
Yeah, I like Pete a lot.
Pete's a very, very smart guy.
Yeah.
And he's also like really entrenched himself in a lot of different philosophies and religions. He went to seminary school.
Yeah.
Or not seminary school, Bible college, whatever you call it. But
he told me that the reason he went, he was like, there was one night he was walking, he used to live near Fenway Park, and there was like a night where he was walking through the park, and this guy and he said he found God. After that, he found God.
I shouldn't have shared it.
We'll edit it out. It's the whole episode.
Edit it
out. Have you ever had people come on and like the whole story is like one story and like, I'm not comfortable with that. I've had girls that are like, it's a lot of girls where they're like, oh, I didn't like how I looked in the episode. Do you mind? And I'm like, guys, the episode's over.
Yeah.
We shot the episode.
Yeah. And it's always the person that you care least about.
I know. I was just getting through this episode.
Yeah, right.
You're just like, oh, okay, I just won't have the whole episode. That's fine. I'll just ruin my career because you don't like the lighting on yourself, even though I showed you the lighting beforehand.
Yeah.
Or they won't like post the clip. You're like, post the clip.
Post the clip. You came on. Post the clip. You know what I hate is I'll do like, somebody will be like, hey, I'll give you $100 to come to West Hollywood on a Tuesday and do a show. And you're like, all right, whatever, I'll do it. It'll be fun. I'll try some new stuff. And then they start hitting you up to collab on the post to promote it. You're like, dude, no.
Yeah, I'm sorry. We're doing other things. We're busy.
Right.
We're busy. Yeah, no, it's too much. It's like whenever I have my shows, it's very nice if someone reposts a flyer, but I'm like, I would never. I remember this one girl was like, she was going to have to cancel the show, and she was like complaining to me. She was like, well, none of the comments reposted. I'm like, if that's your marketing plan, you're fucked.
Right.
We are all promoting things.
We're promoting week in St. Louis where we're getting a percentage of the door.
Yes, I am 99% of my life is promoting shows.
Yeah.
It's a nightmare. It's actually a nightmare. I got to stop. I have to readjust how I look at that because it's a nightmare.
I don't even do it. I barely do it. I'll put out I'll do a shout out video for every third gig I do on the road.
Oh, they'll be begging me. My manager will be like, they really want a shout out video. I'm like, what?
I know.
Because I want it to be funny too. I don't want to just post
It's got to be
thing.
funny.
It's
I can't just put it out.
I know. And then I put all this pressure on myself. I want everything to be perfect. Like, honestly, okay, so I wrote all this stuff out. I was going to do all this stuff. This is not how I work. Like a pre-planned thing. We talked about the Eric whatever thing for 2 seconds.
What Eric thing?
The guy with ALS. It was 2 seconds. And
that felt like it was out of nowhere. That was
because I had replanned it. Because I planned it.
But did you need it? Did you not feel like you could just trust that you and I could talk? You have to
Yes, but I think I'm trying to evolve. I'm trying to evolve my show and just maybe something else.
It's funny because we were in the hallway at the Comedy Store one night, and I was like, I hate when somebody invites you on their podcast, and then you get there and they're just like, no, we just hang out. And you were standing there, and we were with the booker, and you were like, that's my podcast.
Yeah, I'm like, what are you talking about?
But mine is roughly the same. But I do my fastballs with Fitz at the end.
Right. You have a hook.
I have a hook, but that's 5 minutes.
But I'm like, but I guess I was thinking, I'll have this stuff and I'll have it up if we need it. And then, so if you don't know the stories, you'll learn the stories. But then I don't know if you give a about the stories, and you don't. You didn't care about that story.
I felt like that was the worst part of the podcast.
Well, welcome to the new Anniewood. No, and then I'm like, I was just trying to think of like, what's going on? What are the topics? Because sometimes I'm like, what am I offering people? What is this? It's like they get to see me talk to my friends, which is great. Are they a little fatigued with this? With everyone's podcast?
Look, I don't even think it matters who your guest is. I think people are hooked into you. Mm. You're a big personality. You know, you're an F hag. And you're fabulous. You got the extensions and the nails are done. You're orange.
I'm fully orange.
Yeah.
Well, the woman that did my spray tan was black. And I was going, how is this going to work?
I would have been like, can I get a...
Well, they were all black. But they're not usually... They wiped out the whiteys. I don't know if maybe they're like, it was like a Juneteenth movement. They're like, we're getting rid of all the whiteys.
Oh, that's hilarious.
And so she was like...
She converted you.
And she had a lot more like ideas than the other girls just spray. I would like a level this, because you can get different levels of spray tans. And I just tell them what I want and they just do it. And it's not really like a thing.
Are you naked when they do it?
Well, I wear a thong because I like to have the tan lines.
Right.
But yeah, I'm pretty naked.
Yeah.
And they're just
what do you do? You stand in a room?
There and they tell you to like hold your arms different ways.
Is there like a small room you go into?
Yeah, and they spray you down. But there's places where you go into like a machine, but I never do it right, and then I get the same side sprayed twice.
And you put your hair up in a bun?
You put your hair up. I had a little shower cap.
And then they just spray all around your neck. And they spray your face?
We got to get you a spray tan.
No.
That's the move. You got to try it.
My daughter rubbed it on, and she did it one time. She rubbed it on, but then they told her... I don't know why they told her to put your socks on. So she put her socks on, and her feet were bright orange.
Yes.
For like a week.
Put your socks on. I don't know why they told her that. But they spray down. And the woman, but this was the first time the woman was like, I think you should do a number 2, and I'll do like a heavy spray. And I was like,
and then
okay.
She took a shit on you?
But then I'm like, it doesn't look that dark on camera, but it is pretty dark. It's pretty wild.
I used to take, when I was a kid, my school had a lot of black kids in it, and they would take the school photos, like the class photo, and the photography in the 70s was so bad that like you literally couldn't see the black kids at all.
It was just you in the middle?
It was just the white kids and then like shadows. It was really bad. Like I have yearbooks from like elementary school and I'm like, oh my God. Rich Jenkins disappeared.
I know, they really had to like figure that out. And then lighting for podcasts too, it's harder. You got to really make sure you.
Yeah.
Like there's been times where I've had, people of color on and Todd's like, we might have done them dirty.
No, Paul goes out of his way to make sure we shoot people.
Well, you want to make people look, look good. You don't want anyone to ever look bad. Even those girls that were mad that they look bad, I'm like, I wish you had explained to me what you were feeling. Because I'm showing them, like one girl's like, I should have worn makeup. I'm like, I don't know how to put makeup on in post. I don't know how to do that. Well, I thought it was funny so Jeff Bezos is getting married.
Yeah.
To Lauren Sanchez. That I don't even know how they met or what the deal is. But they're getting married in Venice, Italy. And the townspeople are pissed. They don't want them there. They're like, we don't want this. It's going to be horrible. So they're going to do a protest and they might like stop the gondolas. Like they might do a gondola strike during their wedding.
Meanwhile, they're going to get all their protest signs through Amazon delivered to their house.
100% Amazon is going to be involved. And then I'm like, this is the perfect opportunity for gondolas to be replaced with like a Waymo version, like a driverless gondola. And who's going to make that? Jeff Bezos.
Right. His yacht is so gross.
It's too big, huh?
It's like a cruise ship. It's insane. I forget the statistic, but the amount of gas it takes him in 1 hour, it's like hundreds of thousands of dollars for like an hour of driving his yacht.
It is weird. It's like, when are you done when you're that rich?
Well, that's up to the government. You know, we have all these breaks on billionaires, and they're just getting richer and richer.
And they're not doing anything fun with it. That's not fun.
They go, well, you have to let the wealthy people keep their money because then they infuse it into the economy. Really? Let's check. Oh, here he is. Get on speaker.
Hi.
What's going on?
I'm on my podcast with Greg Fitzsimmons, and he didn't believe that you were friends with me and you were going to pick up when I called.
Well, he was close because I didn't pick up.
I know, but it hurt. But when are you coming back to LA?
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow? Excellent.
Drew, if I had called you, would you have picked up?
About the same as Annie, yeah. I maybe know Annie a little better than you, Greg. I've known you longer.
Yeah.
I think I know Annie better.
I go deep with Dr.
Well, because
Drew.
I don't annoy you with medical questions.
But then what else?
Free.
He loves it. He loves to tell. Don't you love medical advice?
Yes.
He loves it. He lives off this. He has a wealth of knowledge he wants to share with the world, Greg.
I'm trying to think of a medical question.
Why don't you ask about your daughter?
My daughter had an emergency appendectomy on Thursday at UCLA. Would you consider that the best hospital in LA?
It's very good, yeah. I have prostate cancer. I get all my care there.
Yeah.
You do?
Yeah.
I guess you guys aren't that close, are you, Annie?
Oh my God.
No, she's not concerned with anything about me. She's concerned with what I can do for her.
Well, especially if it involves your penis.
I try to steer away from my friends' assholes and penises. I don't ask them for their checkup.
She has a deep understanding of male biology there. On full display.
I put them both together just in case. I was like, one of them will be where the prostate is.
I didn't realize that the vagina had 2 holes until about 5 years ago.
Wow. How'd you find out?
My daughter was at the gynecologist, and I was sitting in the office, and there was a poster on the wall, and I looked at the skeleton, and I saw the 2 holes. And
Nice.
I thought, Jesus,
well done, bro.
well, it's a very complex organ.
It is. I mean, it's we have to master it as men. It's very difficult.
Yes, because the penis is just a big blob. It's simple.
It's just like a rat on a wheel. It's one speed. you just turn the wheel. It works.
And then the wheel stops working, or what? And is that because of the prostate that's in the butthole?
No. it hopefully never stops working. It's possible if you take care of yourself.
Is that true? It's supposed to just keep working? I thought just in old age it's just sort of
The
pittered out.
penis or the prostate? You talking
The
about
penis.
The penis. No, I think stress is the number one thing with erectile dysfunction, right?
The number one thing really is diabetes and obesity and low testosterone, all that stuff. And people not taking care of themselves. The number one way to combat it is keep your weight down and do resistance training. It's pretty simple.
Is that called being married? Resistance training?
It's having a friend like Annie.
So what about the testosterone stuff? Is that shots, or you can take that in pill form? Because I'm thinking about doing it.
You can do shots, you can do patches, you can do sort of creams, and if I didn't have prostate cancer, I would definitely do it.
Yeah, that's 100%. What I heard, is that it can accelerate cancer growth.
Right, but it doesn't cause it.
Right.
So now that I have it, I can't do that. So.
How long have you had it?
14 years.
Oh, really?
15 years. Yeah.
Okay.
Damn.
Yeah.
Do you
And I had my prostate out about 12, 13 years ago, and I had radiation like about 4 years ago. And if anything, it improved my performance, literally.
Oh.
So you're coming in first now?
It's true.
That's always the sign of a good performance, the guy coming in first.
Yeah, right.
That's always, oh, great. Wow, you're so good at this. You came first. Incredible.
She's an expert.
Yeah.
Now, okay, when you get a prostate removed, what do they do with the prostate that they take out? They just throw it out, or do they do something with it?
I mean, they burn it like all other pathologies. pathology specimens.
Oh, they
slice it up. You got to see where the cancer is.
Uh-huh.
And then I'm sure they just have ways to destroy it.
Could you keep it if you wanted it?
I heard if you bury it in the garden, it's good for the rose bushes.
You could help them, yeah.
That makes the rose bushes come.
Yeah. So Drew, tell me this: if I'm thinking about these testosterone things, is insurance cover it generally?
Yeah. But later, I mean, really, guys that are doing that are really Medicare age, and I'm not sure Medicare is very picky about what it covers. So it may not cover all the options.
I'm only 59. I'm not there yet. So my insurance won't cover it.
It will cover it. Insurance will cover it.
Well, don't they do a thing where they like cut your butt and then put like a ball of something in your?
Oh my God, your understanding of these.
But is it not a thing?
There are radioactive beads that they implant in the prostate in older men. Yes, that's
okay. But was that not? That was the dumbed down version for America. Yeah, I asked in a way that was
anal beads.
You asked if anal beads would treat prostate cancer. That's what it sounded like.
No, I just know someone that got testosterone pellets put in under their skin.
No, that's different. That is a bioidentical hormones, and I'm a big fan of that. But that insurance does not cover.
Oh, okay.
That is a great way to go. I'm a huge fan of that.
No, I think I'm going to try this testosterone because my energy is waning, and sexually I'm okay, but I hear it's like a booster for that, right?
It'll work. It helps. I mean, look, we give women hormone replacement therapy, and it really helps them. I mean, why can't men get a little? It's again, the idea is to get you back to normal,
right?
Not to give you super high levels or anything, just to get you back to a normal level.
I just wanted to get to the point where if the man show comes back, I can co-host it.
Oh boy, it could be a long road, long wait. But the thing about testosterone is, normal levels are between 200 and 1,200.
Wow.
And we don't really know what a normal level should be for a given individual. Like mine are consistently like 1,100, 1,200. And I'm convinced I'm running low relative to my younger self. So it's hard to sort of, you have to dial it in based on how you're feeling, really.
I also build muscle mass more, right? If I'm working out.
Yep. You'll lean up. Yep.
Well, and then for hormone replacement for women, don't they say that there's like a link to breast cancer for people that do?
Really, if you're on progesterone and testosterone, that link seems to be close to zero, provided you don't have any, tumor risk factors like a BRCA or anything like that. So I'm even a bigger fan for women. I think it's massively important for them because they become miserable when their hormones are off.
Yeah.
And it really can help the quality of life dramatically. So I'm a big fan of all that.
Yeah, my wife started it because she was having like a lot of hot flashes and she was very uncomfortable, and it straightened it right out.
And she probably is a much happier person. I mean, Susan, had like premature ovarian failure because she was a fertility treatment. We had triplets. And she wasn't aware that she was perimenopausal for a long time at a young age. And they kept telling her, oh, you're depressed, it's the stress of having triplets, this kind of stuff. And when she finally got on hormone replacement, she was pissed. She was like, oh my God, why didn't somebody do this? This really works. And they've been telling me this psychologically wrong. I just didn't have enough testosterone in my system.
And then everything is not covered, but none of that stuff is covered by insurance, right?
Well, some of it, it is, the oral pills for women are. Testosterone, again, it depends how you take it, but most of it get covered for women. But the pellets, no. The pellets are kind of expensive.
I'll do them for you. I'll do the pellets for you. Well, you get a hold of the pellets and bend over. I got you, Greg.
Yeah, I always want to do anal beads, and if it makes me more buff on top of it.
Hey, how come we didn't go to one of Tim's summer parties this year?
I don't know. Did he even have one?
It's still early. But it's just
we have to get him. We have to push him into doing it.
All right.
I think that's the last time I saw you, Drew, was at his party.
I think we crossed at Corolla's maybe since then.
Yeah, probably.
Maybe I just saw you on the Instagram over there, and I just thought I saw you.
Yeah.
I know, we're all connected. All right, well, I want to hang out with you. And you're back.
Absolutely.
All right, I love you. You're the best.
All
right, bye.
Bye.
How am I going to talk to him about him when he has so much knowledge? Drew, stop spitting out knowledge and then I'll ask you how your cancer's doing.
I know.
I didn't know. He can't help it. He loves it. You see how alive he gets?
I can't wait to get on testosterone. I didn't know that it was.
We got to get you on testosterone. I like the idea of the man show coming back, but it's like this evolved, like with how culture has gone.
Yeah.
So it's like you are the man. Who else is it going to be? Is it going to be Jimmy Kimmel? Who's it going to be?
It's going to be me and Harlan Williams.
You and Harlan Williams, and behind you, it's non-binary women. So they have no juggies. They have
they're on the
top
trampoline,
surgery.
but they're actually really good at it.
Oh my God, they're so talented. They're gymnasts.
But look at this. I mean, that's without testosterone.
No, you're ripped.
Right?
And you walk fast on our walks.
Walk fast.
Did you want to show your little tattoo?
Yeah.
Look at that. You only got one?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I'm going to get another one. I think I want to get one like here.
What's it going to say?
I think something else Irish, like maybe the Celtic cross.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sticking with it.
Yeah.
Is that why you like the green screen studio?
That's right.
Makes you feel Irish.
Sometimes a guest shows up in green, and then Paul luckily has a couple backup shirts we throw on them.
What, that gay pride one?
Oh my God!
There's only
Paul,
stripe going
what are
through.
you doing?
Paul, what are you up to?
That's how we test all the clothing.
Oh, really?
All right.
Okay, and the wig. That's fun.
All right, let's wrap this up.
Let's wrap it. I've got to go back to your. I know. I want to make sure your prostate still works. See how long you can hold that pee in. Okay, I want to thank Greg. I want to thank Dr. Drew for being on the third mic.
I know. How about that? And
it's amazing.
And let's promote my special.
Yes.
It's called You Know Me. It's on YouTube. Check it out. It's got 99% rating on it of people that like it.
People love it.
People love it. And
I don't care for it, but everyone else really seems to like it.
I've got some tour dates coming up. She's kidding.
I love it.
And then I've got tour dates coming up. I will be in Torrance, California, Sunday, June 29th. And then I'll be at the Comedy Mothership in Austin, 4th of July weekend. I don't need to promote that. It'll probably sell out anyway. And then I will be on the Jersey Shore in July in Pottstown, PA. Go to fitzdog.com for tickets.
Where are you going to be at? On
the
Jersey Shore? Yeah.
Oh, Uncle
Vinny's. I'm doing
Vinny's?
that soon too, yeah.
Yeah, it's fun. The crowds are so fun.
Well, that's like where all Todd's family is too. So it's going to be just like a bunch of crazy
just
bitches.
Rowdy. The women especially.
Yeah.
They're so, well, you're from that part of the world. They're the best.
I already have my nails ready.
And you should do Soul Joel's when you're down there too.
I do want to do it.
PA.
I should do it. I like Pottstown.
About 40 minutes.
Soul Joel really made, because when I was in New York, he was doing like, he was like kind of running some shows and stuff. He just made a full life out of it and a full career. He did a good job. Soul Joel. All right. Well, thanks for coming.
Thanks, Annie.
We're figuring it out. It's going to be a fun. I guess I'll continue just to do what I've been doing.
Well, that segment about the guy from Grey's Anatomy was really strong.
Well, I wanted to hear something about you.
The highlight.
Well, I wanted to hear your take because I think it's so crazy. There's this guy who's like dying and he's like on his deathbed and he's like, I'm still going to like multiple chicks. It seems like maybe you want to retire this.
Right.
But he's still going. It's like crazy. I thought as like a married guy, you might have some things to say, but you didn't care for it. You moved it along. You didn't like the disingenuous,
it was a hard turn I wasn't ready for.
It's not. I think maybe there's a monologue up front I can do and then it's just
I think you can introduce topics, but you need to give it you got to brand it. You got to call it a segment or something so you transition into it.
All right, here we are. Yeah, I guess.
And we got this studio. You could put a full screen thing, a little musical
I want to have a meeting here and figure out how to use this place. It'll be amazing.
All right.
But thank you to, what's the name of the studio again?
Green Lab Studio.
Green Lab Studio. And my boy Greg Fitzsimmons for
Paul and Amber.
Paul and Amber. We're going to make some fun stuff this month.
Yep. God bless.
God bless. Shalom. Assalamu alaikum.
Anniewood's gonna save the world.